Aloha and welcome to this module on application design. It's the second module um, for Meteor. The first module was kind of like an intro, go through the tutorials. This one is way more interesting. Basically, the majority of the module is going to be a six-part WOD, or six WODs, all dealing with the incremental construction of an application called digits. And I want to say that if you look at the schedule, you can see that this is a unique module in that there are 2 weeks. I'm giving you 2 weeks to do this module, and you can see that every other day you have one of these digits components due. Now, lest you think, oh, this is going to be less work. Unfortunately, it's not going to be less work because basically for each of these components of digits, the WOD actually involves you doing the practice WOD twice. So you do the WOD once, round one, you make a branch, and then when you finish it, you do round two, you go through and you go back and you do it a second time. This is just to make sure that you really get comfortable with each of these components. So over 2 weeks, there's basically 12, 15 to 20 to sometimes even 30-minute. One of them is 30 minutes. Most of them are, 15 to 20 minutes exercises that you're doing, and that's because this is the core of application development, where you're putting together user interface code, business logic code, and underlying database code. And so if you take your time and do each of these a couple of times, I'm confident that by the end of this 2 weeks, you'll be ready to just blast off and build a custom application and get pretty far on it pretty quickly. Because this will have taught you, hopefully, or given you all the tools that you need. So readings, there's the first thing is you're going to be doing a lot of branching and merging during this module with GitHub Desktop. So I have a screencast, 17 minutes, goes through that, teaches you how to do that. Super simple, but if you've never done it before, it's probably good to listen to it. Then there is this template I've developed called Meteor Application Template React, which is a good basis for building React-based applications in Meteor, because it builds in Semantic UI React. It uses this package called Uniforms for building your forms. That makes that quite a bit easier. We use the roles package so that you can have an admin user. It's kind of built in by default. Simple authorization, authentication, and registration using the Meteor Accounts package, so you can register as a user and log in and so forth. There's some initialization code so you can set up default users and default data pretty easily. And then we have ESLint to make sure that to help you actually build it faster. So you'll be going through that template and you'll be building digits on top of that template. So by the end of it, you'll understand it. Here's a link to the React Uniforms package. You can look at it for starters, but it's really kind of around the fourth one, where you create the add contact and edit contact pages. That's when you're going to actually need to know about uniforms. So you could wait on that. And then I'm giving you 4 readings as references. This means what I would do is retrieve each of these and skim through it. Basically, it's the Meteor guide. So this is the authoritative reference source for Meteor. You should get comfortable with looking at the Meteor guide, and I have you look at a few chapters. What I do is, start off by, well, this one you can just read, and then that's good to know. But something like publications and data loading, what I would do is kind of skim this initially, and then if you find yourself just, really having problems with the publish command, you can come back to here. You'll know to come back to here to look up more. And then we kind of get into the experiences. There's some plugins that'll be very useful for you for both IntelliJ and Chrome Developer Tools. And then I want you to play around with Meteor Application Template a little bit, and then we just start cranking on the digits application. This is a really cool module. got a couple of weeks to work on it. I think by the end of it, you'll be ready to start working in groups and doing some serious application development.